Tim. Good morning or good evening. Welcome to Tim's Time. You caught me. I'm just looking over my recipe. Half a teaspoon of rosemary, tablespoon of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of butter, cayenne pepper, and on and on and on and on. I'm not really a chef. In fact, through the years, my mother taught me some when I was a teenager, and Donna has taught me a little bit so I could help her out around the house. Mama's was a better cook than I'll ever be, and Donna's the best cook that lives in the Coker household, but in the words of James Bond, I do dabble a bit. As long as dabble is defined, I should say, by picking up a recipe and following the instructions and putting in this ingredient and that ingredient. If you give me a good recipe and it's a dish that tastes good, most of the time within reason, I can come pretty close to getting what the creator really wanted it to become done. What does that have to do with Christmas? If you're following with us, you know that we've gone back to the angel on that first Christmas night, appearing to the shepherds, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, we talked about that, which is Christ, we talked about that last week, the Lord. The Lord is our topic for our third discussion of Christmas, and what in the world does a recipe have to do with the Lord? Well, there are really only two views of the lordship of Jesus Christ, per se. When I receive Jesus as my Savior and as the Christ and as my Lord, it really only means one thing. It means that He's sovereign over my life. He's now my new master. That's what the Greek word Lord means. He's just the boss. But we come at that from one of two ways. You come at that from one of two ways. You either, first of all, think in terms of He's this rough and tough, I'm in charge guy, and by gosh, you're going to do what I say because these are my commandments. Kind of like my dad used to say, not always, but, Daddy, I want to stay out till 11:30. No, I want you home at 11. All my friends are staying out till 11:30 or midnight. I want you home at 11. You're not all your friends. Daddy, why in the world is 11 so important? Why can't I stay out later than 11? And Daddy would respond, nothing good happens out after 11. Daddy, you're wrong, da-da-da-da-da, until we finally got to those monumental words that you have heard if you have not uttered in your life. Why do I have to come home at 11? Because I said so. Well, you can look at the lordship of Jesus that way. In fact, most people that I know kind of do. They don't necessarily trust His commandments, and they don't necessarily think He is all wise and all knowing and all loving. But somehow He told them they're supposed to read the Bible and pray and do this and do that, and they at least know that they're supposed to do it. Why? Because He said so. What if we thought of the lordship of Jesus as different than that? What if we thought of Him being Lord along the lines of a recipe? I want you to pray, and I want you to spend time with me in the Word, and I want you to forgive, and I want you to give, and I want you to place your spouse first, and I want you to set proper priorities on your calendar, and I want you to attend church and be around other believers. And all of these are ingredients that I know if you will do, and you will do them with a cheerful and proper attitude, and do them with an intensity and a passion that exudes the best you can be, you will become, as nearly as you can become in this world, what your Creator designed you to be. That's Him as Lord. And so the next time you say, well, you know what? Jesus is my Lord. Lord, I pray that you'd help me do this. Maybe not because he said so, even though he did. Maybe because he really knows best. And he's going to cook up something wonderful in your life and, more importantly, through your life if you will just follow his directions. Savior, Christ, or Messiah, and Lord. Merry Christmas. Have a fantastic week.